Alrighty, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be trying out Windows Neptune build 5111. And right before recording this, I just realized that the build just turned 21 years old on the day that I'm recording this, December 10th, 2021. And that's a very weird coincidence, but whatever. I had the ISO inserted. Whoops. And now I'm just going to reboot the system. Well, actually, first, I have to set the boot order. There we go. Now I can actually go. So it's detected the Sound Blaster 16 in the BIOS. That's good. And now hopefully it should boot from the CD-ROM. And yep, there we go. So this is inspecting your computer's hardware configuration. Now it's going into the setup. Notice that it says Neptune setup right there. So that is already our first bit of branding. Now Neptune was the project that would eventually become Windows Whistler, better known as Windows XP. There's another project for servers called Windows Odyssey. Neptune was the home consumer operating system, while Odyssey was the business server operating system. Now, Neptune and Odyssey would merge in January 2000 to form the Whistler project, and that's what would eventually end up becoming Windows XP. So now we are installing this build. It was compiled on the 10th of December 1999. You don't need to change the BIOS date, I don't think. No, it expires 444 days after you originally install it. And there are multiple copies of this build, some of which have been modified to report extra branding, some have been modified to add a product key, etc. Which would usually be a 98 product key. And the time bomb being disabled, and the watermark being disabled by the time bomb being disabled. Now, I'm just gonna wait for the setup to actually start here. Oh, and whoops, that is amazing. Inaccessible boot device, that's odd. Well, that is strange. I sense a streak going on here with everything going wrong in these videos. It happened with 474 Longhorn, it happened with 73G Chicago, and now it happened with 5111 Neptune. Okay, so using SCSI actually worked. So now the branding is changed to Windows 2000 branding. So click C, F8, I agree. Now it's already detected the hard disk. I'm going to format using the FAT file system, and you guys will see why later. Hopefully the thing that I actually need will work. And now it's going to examine my hard disk to see if there's enough disk space. And now it's going to copy files. And now it has finished copying files. It's just going to load stuff on the registry, it looks like. And now it is going to reboot. I'm just gonna press enter. Now I'm not gonna press anything. Now it is going to show the all-new boot screen, which I really like. It shows the Neptune logo under construction. It's pretty similar to the Windows 2000 one. But you'll notice it has a new logo, which is the fragments fading away from the Windows logo at the time, but with the Windows colors on it. Actually, yeah, the Windows colors, red, yellow, green, and blue. And now it's going to load into the setup, which has an all-new interface, which I really like. It'll load in a second. There we go. I really like this Neptune setup. The wallpaper background here, Microsoft Neptune, and the banner, Neptune installation progress. Yeah, I really like this kind of setup. I think it looks cool. Okay, so now we have started the setup. We're just gonna click next. Now I'm just going to install drivers and stuff. Of course, the drivers are built in, like keyboard, mouse, display, and stuff. I'll see you guys after that is done. Okay, so it is done installing drivers. I'm just gonna click next. gonna put no. Orbitron, not Orbitron. Okay, Orbitron PC. Oh my god. There we go. And now it should be good. Next. Now I'm just going to set up the network and stuff. I've put in a Novell NE2000 network card in this virtual machine. Just gonna wait for that to finish. Okay, so now that's finished. It's installing components, it looks like. And yeah, it seems like setup is well, it's about to start copying files and stuff. So I'll see you guys after this is done. Okay, so now it says it's an evaluation copy of Neptune. You can just cancel out of this. It'll work fine on the current date. Now it's going to remove temporary files, and then it's going to reboot soon. Okay, now setup is finished. I'm going to remove the ISO, and I'm going to click Finish. Now it's going to reboot the system, and now we're going to boot into Neptune for the very first time. I just want to check if this is still recording. Yeah, it is. Now we are back at the boot screen. Okay, so we are now at the login screen here. Microsoft Neptune under construction, Windows Neptune, evaluation copy, build 5111. Now notice how there's no space between evaluation copy and build. I just found that kind of weird. And the emulation speed is kind of slow. Okay, so we are now at the desktop. The first thing already, it's telling us to make a Windows identity, which is basically something very similar to Windows user accounts. I'm just gonna name my Orbitron. Guess I have to restart now. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so now the startup sound played again. This is probably laggy because of the low emulation speed. No idea why it's so slow. Really shouldn't be. Okay, so we're back at the desktop now. I'm just gonna change the screen resolution up. There's a lot of disk activity happening right now. And also I'm just gonna change the color depth. True color. Okay, there we go. Now if we do WinVer, it still calls itself Windows 2000. Microsoft Windows version 5.0, build 5111, NTC. The start menu says Microsoft Neptune here. And file a bug report. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can file bug reports. There's these buttons. Seem to be kind of broken right now. But yeah. Expires February 27th, 2023. Actually, there's also a comments hyperlink in the title bars here. Submit a comment. You are submitting a comment regarding the appearance or functionality of the About Windows window. How many users would see this problem? How bad is this problem? Intolerable, annoying, easily noticeable, barely noticeable. And yeah, there's not much new features at first glance, but the first thing that I'm going to show you is the logout screen. Once we log off the system, there's a new logoff screen. It shows the name of the PC and welcome text and the Windows logo here. Turn off the computer. You could also hold down Shift, restart the computer. but I'm just gonna lock back on. And then I'm gonna show you guys the activity centers. Now, activity centers, they're kind of the predecessor to Windows 8 start screen, having several centers for like music and pictures and stuff. I haven't really explored this build too much, so I don't really this calls itself Neptune Milestone 2. So what we're gonna have to do is go to so what we're gonna have to do is go to I-386 here. There are no items shown in this folder. Oh yeah. Oops. accore.dll. Just gonna scroll down. accore.dll. I'm gonna copy this to C WinNT System 32. Show files. And there we go. Not sure if this is new, although when you try to go to folders like System 32, it'll say these are protected and your system could be at risk if you modify these. Not sure if that's new, but that ended up being in Windows XP. Windows Update Manager. Windows Update, the online extension of Windows 2000. Get it. Now, I'm just gonna rag svr32 accore.dll. There we go. Now, in the WinNT folder here, WinNT, there should be a folder called Activity. There we go. Start page. Millennium Desktop. And these are ported from Windows Me build 2358, if I recall correctly. And there we go. Windows codenamed Millennium. That's supported from Windows Me. Starting places: email, the internet, documents, music. Notify media center.exe. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. Email, the internet, documents, music, photos, music programs. Doesn't seem to open these unless if it's being really slow. You could also try to set this as your desktop wallpaper via Active Desktop. Properties. Okay, whatever. Okay, it's just white. Start.htm. Probably the exact same. Yep. Well, I'm just gonna change the wallpaper back to nothing. Okay. Probably for my own good. The next thing is help and support. There are help centers in C, WinNT, PC Health, Help Center, and there's help centers here, channels, Okay, well. C, T, PC, health, help, center, system. Actually, I'm gonna try dummy.html. Under construction. Awesome. In the future, content will show up here. Okay, well that's the help centers. Oh yeah, fast boot. So fast boot. It supposedly speeds up boot time. Now the reason why I installed Neptune on a fat partition is because of fast boot. Now I'm just gonna go to the control panel. Power options. Power. Enable fast start support. I think that's what it is. It did not display that. Scanners and cameras. This looks like a new control panel output. Windows identities. Now it'll pop up in a full screen window. And this looks way different from the rest of the control panel outputs. What do you want to do? Windows accounts make it easy for you to share a computer with other people by creating separate places to save personalized settings. As an owner, you can create, delete, and modify all Windows accounts on this computer. Now, there's different types of Windows accounts: an administrator and a guest, by the looks of it. And then there's owner, which is it's also child. So I'm gonna create a new account type. So there's owner, adult, child, and guest, by the looks of it. Just click cancel. And yeah, that's Windows identities. Now, I just want to see if fast boot actually still works. Oh, rebooting shows a gray screen. No, looks like it's going back to the login screen. Okay, so log on here. And nothing. Now the watermark's gone. Did I just kill something? Ooh, that's weird. There's also new types of setup. There's core setup, which is one touch, unattended, and there's a self-hosting method by the looks of it. So I'm gonna go inside the CD. Now I'm guessing stuff is in i386. I'm just gonna wait for this to load. Yeah, one touch. Welcome to Neptune core setup. Welcome to Neptune core setup. You're about to install a Microsoft internal only version of the Neptune core components. Just gonna exit setup. And also in Neptune, there's a new My Pictures screensaver. It's a screensaver that shows photos from the My Pictures library. It was first in Windows Me build 2394, but the support is in Neptune, and it's pretty simple, yeah. There is a application called keyring.exe, which I'm guessing is inside the CD again. Following keys are in your keyring. This is an internal Microsoft tool. I bet it is. There's also an application called Multi-DSK. Multi-desk for Windows NT. I've actually never used this before. I've never seen this before. That's actually really cool. You have more than one desktop. This would make it into early builds of Longhorn and would eventually make it into Windows 10 in 2015. Now I'm just going to try customizing the second desktop here. I'm just going to set the wallpaper. Just tile. Now, does the pack desktop one? Nope. It's actually really cool. I've never actually seen that in Neptune before. Add desktop, you can add multiple desktops. Detached, vertical. Actually, never seen this nor used it before. Attached to right. This actually looks like the sidebar in Windows Vista. But yeah, I found that really cool. And that's kind of all I have to show you in Windows Neptune build 5.1.1. So I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully. And goodbye.